$400. This is getting real. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, as we all know and as we're all personally experiencing right now, the economic situation is continuously getting worse. Well, some new reports were just released confirming exactly that, which is also what I want to talk about with you right here in this video, because it is giving us a glimpse into the financial situations of the vast majority of Americans right now, and we can clearly see, based on these reports, it is not a good situation. So let's get into it and talk about all the details. All right, so a new report that was just released earlier this morning is showing that in the month of June, there were 10.7 million job openings in the United States. Now, this report, by the way, is delayed a couple months, so the latest information that was just released this morning was for the month of June. So 10.7 million job openings in the month of June. However, get this, in the month of May, according to the same report, there were 11.3 million job openings available in May, which went down to 10.7 million in the month of June. What is this telling us? Well, it's telling us on a month-over-month basis, 600,000 job openings were gone. They just disappeared. What does that mean? It means that the economy is contracting and that these employers are starting to pull some of their job openings simply because maybe they want to get prepared for a recession and they don't quite need quite as many people. Therefore, they're starting to pull job openings. So therefore, this is showing that there are less companies out there willing to hire right now because they're getting prepared for the big recession to come into play, right? So that's kind of a telltale sign right there. We got to continue watching this. And again, this is delayed by a couple months as well. So this was just released for the month of June as well, right? So interesting. At the same time, it also showed that in the month of June, 4.2 million people quit their jobs. That's a lot of people still quitting their jobs. Meanwhile, there are even less job openings at this time. So again, a bunch of convergences here, a bunch of different data points that are coming out showing that the economic situation is continuously deteriorating, even with these delayed information. According to this report as well, they also went on to show that when we see the month of July, as in the numbers that are released for the month of July next month, that these numbers are going to be even lower than what they currently are, as in more job openings are going to be pulled and even more people will be quitting their jobs. Again, getting prepared for the big old recession to come in play, which, by the way, as of a couple weeks ago, as we did get that GDP report, officially the United States is in a recession. Again, a technical recession, but nonetheless, it still is a recession by definition, right? So anyway, very interesting stuff. Now let's quickly talk about another report that was also released today talking about how much money people have right now. I can tell you this much, it's not much. So here's what it comes down to. This was a report talking about credit card balances. In fact, I've been talking about this in previous videos where I've been saying a lot of people are floating balances on credit cards right now simply because they don't have the money. As a result of that, what do? Float a balance on a credit card because that's what a lot of people need to do right now in order to make ends meet and get all the necessities that everybody needs on a monthly basis, which is, if you don't have the money, float it on a credit card, right? And again, this is not financial advice. Credit cards can be very good, but at the same time, they can also be very dangerous if it gets away from you, and that's kind of hard to pay back, right? So again, I'm just telling you the report that was actually released today. But this report goes on to show that on a year-over-year basis, credit card debt and credit card balances increased by 13% year over year. From right now until a year ago at the same time, credit card balances have increased by 13%, which, by the way, credit card balances as of right now are sitting at $890 billion. So about $110 billion shy of $1 trillion of credit card debt that we have in this country. That's a lot, right? Which, by the way, this report was actually showing credit card debt as of the second quarter of 2022. Let me tell you some more details about this. Just in the second quarter of 2022, us, consumers, we added an additional $46 billion of credit card debt just in Q2 of 2022. That's a lot. Again, $46 billion. Can you even imagine? We spent that much and we're holding that on credit cards right now in 2022, just from the second quarter. So anyway, we're almost at $1 trillion of credit card debt in this country. So again, it's just showing, and again, this report was also saying the exact same thing, is that people simply do not have the money right now. And as a result of it, we're opening more credit cards, which again, that was also shown in the report, is that we are opening more credit cards right now and we're floating more balances on credit cards because the money just isn't there to pay it down or the money isn't there to buy all the necessities that people need. Therefore, it's going on the plastic. Put it on the plastic, right? So, wow, seriously. Now, let's talk about another report that was also released today. This report is showing that the average American, as in 40% of the Americans out there right now, only 40% of people have $400 set aside right now to cover an unexpected $400 expense. So only 40% of the population actually has an extra $400 right now that they could cover an extra $400 expense. Well, $400, what does that get you these days? Not much. Doesn't get you much these days, right? $400 does not get you a whole lot of anything anymore, right? So as a result of that, let's just hope that a $400 unexpected expense does not come up, because I'm not sure about you, but if you've ever looked at anything these days, even a couple of tires on a car is going to cost you a couple $100s, right? I mean, with the fact of the matter is, you got to buy the tires, to put it on the tire, and all kinds of different things. There's all kinds of different charges, all kinds of different things. I mean, seriously, even just a couple tires on the car is a couple $100s, right? That's going to eat up that $400 really, really fast. So this report is showing exactly that only 40% of the Americans right now actually have $400 that they could spend on an unexpected expense. That's really sad. So it shows that 60% of the Americans out there right now do not have an extra $400 right now to actually cover an unexpected $400 cost. 60%. That's a lot of people that don't have the money right now. And again, as I've talked about so many times in previous videos, any money that's out there right now that people have, they're probably not spending it or stashing it away, but rather they're probably just buying the basic necessities, because as we know, prices have continued to rise on literally everything a lot over the last several months. This year alone, inflation continues to rage on faster and faster, higher and higher. And as a result of that, our money is getting us less goods and services every single month. So kind of some scary statistics here that we're seeing right now, right? But as a result of this, we can clearly see these are big picture views of the average American right now. This is not like a little small sample size of 1,000 people. No, this is a big, big sample size. This is the entire country and all Americans that are encompassed in these reports right now. So you can clearly see the vast majority of people are not in a very good financial situation right now. So yeah, they got to do something about this, right? As a result of that, as again, we've talked about many times before, the Federal Reserve is trying to raise interest rates. Well, I shouldn't say is trying. They are raising interest rates right now to lower some of this inflation and bring down some of these prices on different things. But it's not happening fast enough. And as I mentioned before in previous videos, this is not something where we're going to flip a switch one day and all of a sudden say, great, the Federal Reserve came to our rescue. They ride up on a white horse and then they solve the situation and then they galloped away into the sunset. No, that's not how it works. I'm sorry, but no, the Federal Reserve, it does not work that way. It's a very slow, drawn-out process. It's going to take a very, very long time to bring this inflation down. They might bring it down a couple of tenths of a percent per month, but you know what? To go from 9.1% where we're currently sitting up to, say, go down to 2%, to which is where they want to focus their inflation, which is where they want to bring it down to. They need to bring it down 7.1%. That's going to take a long, long time, like a very long time, probably a couple years, realistically. Because if they bring it down, say, 0.2% per month, 0.3%, half a percentage per month, things like this, even if they bring it down 0.5%, in other words, half a percentage point per month, every single month, it's going to take at least 14 months to bring it down. That's a long time, right? I mean, obviously it's over a year. So we can see here, we've got a long road ahead of us. Anyway, of course, I'll continue watching everything closely, but these are a few reports that just hit the wire today. I wanted to share them with you to give you a better glimpse of what's going on right now and how the finances are actually faring with the average American right now. And you can see it's not a good situation. A lot of Americans are having a pretty tough time right now. And is Congress going to do something about it? Well, that's still to be determined. Of course, I'll keep you posted as I do get more details, but it would be nice if they did something about it. And again, who knows what they'll actually do, and who knows what the Federal Reserve will continue doing, and if their efforts will actually even work going forward to lower some of this inflation. Anyway, hope this report helps you out. Again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, like that video that I posted earlier this morning. Some pretty cool stuff in there. A lot of you are really enjoying it, and keep those comments coming in, so go back and check out that first video from earlier today, as well as any of the other videos from earlier today as well, and any of the other thousands and thousands of videos right here on the channel. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.